You want to make your announcements. Did you look at the show notes at all? Does it sound like a pretty good flow?
I'm looking right now. I think we did. I think we. I
It's
think we did.
different though. It's different. Like I tell you what, like Deadpool is revitalized.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
And I'm about to do listener questions.
Deadpool again. Nice.
Okay, we're just gonna go off of Discord for the listener questions if we have time.
All
We
right.
make time. I figured tonight's gonna be a long episode. To be honest, we started.
I
Doing
have no
really,
idea.
we started doing really good about being like
Right.
timely and like not too long of episodes, and then this shit happens.
I mean, I don't think we can cover them all.
I don't really
We'll
want
see,
to cover
though.
them all.
Yeah, I don't really want to cover them all either. Like,
Yeah.
so like what? Alien ship, no change.
That's not
Just
true at
the ring.
all. Are you serious?
I
Like,
meant to the shape, just the shape. I mean, just look at the shape. No, everything else is super duper different. That one's
like
cool.
I think the only scenario that didn't have anything done to it at all is Spider Infected and Scoundrels. Everything else there's at least one difference. Oh, I guess Demons. Demons is the same too.
What are you running for your weapon extracts? Because I was thinking alien ship
No,
and
it's
no,
cool. It's cool, but I'm not running that.
I don't know. I don't know. Just all the ones that damage you, basically.
Yeah,
So it's going
absolutely.
to be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That one, paranoia and cubes were going to be like my initial three.
Okay, so I was gonna run Creekor, and I think Creekor actually makes what's that card called the pack really
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
because you can call the pack and stack a bunch of Creekors on like your opponent, and like you can't tell me that'd be fun. Like, okay, you're taking 8 damage out of like in the cleanup phase now. Good luck, like because if you stack them, it's 3 dice per Creekor in the
They
area.
can only hold one though, but they
They
can
can
only.
only
So you got to just get them.
they can
Yeah,
they can
okay.
only hold one, but if you call the pack and you have let's say 3 weapon X people holding a Creekor, I guess there
Yeah,
are only 3 Creekors. But if you have like let's say you have 2
and
Creekors,
all characters and all characters. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why. Because you
like let's
just like
say
smoke everybody. Yeah.
yeah, let's just say it's a Gamma and Creekor, and you call the
Hell yeah.
pack to take your 2 Creekors and put it next to their 1 Creekor. Somebody's
Burn
freaking
it down.
dying. Like
Burn
somebody
it
is
down.
dying. I think it's super cool. I think that's probably like the one situation that I actually like call the pack. Call the pack's also pretty cool on Paranoia because you can out of
Yeah.
activation like reset yourself up to get that extra VP.
Yeah.
But call the pack actually got cut for me, so because of
Oof.
some super spice. While we're waiting for people, I'll just pull it up here so you can see. It's a freaking spicy list. Like it is, oh boy, spicy. Oh god.
Uh oh. Half on the table, half off. Right. Yeah, it's got to be all that.
Like the art.
Nice.
Dun, da, da,
Strong.
da.
Okay, Zemo I was looking at. Hulk, yeah. Strucker, huh? I knew you'd have Red Skull. I haven't decided if I'm going to or not. I don't really want to. I
So
know he like pulls everything together,
it's
but
it's 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 just like he makes your not so wide team actually wide, and you can just push. And like
that's fair.
16, like this for 16, like you can't tell me there's a better 16, like for this affiliation.
Yeah, probably
You have your secure covered. You have your aggression covered. You are pushing so much damage, and you are healing so much. So this is because of this, and you don't always want this. And if you can get this, buy this with this, you can't tell me that's Nutstown. That's effectively, I think it's 48 dice over the course of the round if all the triggers are hit.
Oh, for bangs? Are you
Yeah.
banging? Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Though if you get Dossier onto
Yeah.
Deadpool and have him
He
buy
rolls.
Strucker and or Zemo, that's effectively 8 dice per bang.
Got it. Well, Zemo and Strucker don't stack, right? It's one or the
No,
other.
they don't. So that's why you take one
Yeah.
over the other. You're not taking both. And what's really funny is this leadership actually does
Yeah.
kind of cover this quite a bit. Convocation, defenders. I guess defenders not so much, but convocation. And then this was brought up to me. You can literally do this. And if you look down here at this card and this card,
Sure.
have you heard the jank with this?
No. I mean, I know that like Hulk and Sleeper
Okay,
Agent, so you're just like,
so the whole Sleeper Agent, you're just literally throwing shit. But
Yeah.
this I didn't know about until the other night. But when you run this, when you run that scenario, granted, I like this scenario for Weapon X a lot.
okay.
When you're
Yeah,
running,
because you got,
when you're running that, you literally go with Skull first with the grunt, and then you just pop this. You start the game up to VPs, and everybody gets power. And there's nothing your opponent can do about it. Like, there's literally nothing your opponent can do.
that seems silly. Okay.
Because then you're giving a power to this, you're giving a power to this.
Yeah. No, you're turning a
like,
lot of stuff on.
yeah, like it's actually, like I was like, wow, how did I not realize this? I think Omnis was the one that's been like running it. So, but yeah, like this, I love this 16. It's amazing. We got 4 people in here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just rambling here because I started getting excited about Weapon X, and I've been loving this list though. Like this is like the happiest MCP I've played in a long time.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's gonna be spoiler alert, it's gonna be my Christmas episode for Danger Room.
Oh, nice.
So fun times. Anyways. But yeah, these are the Weapon X cards that I think are actually like 100% you probably take. This one is just so freaking good. I don't understand why people hate it.
Nope, that card's awesome.
Yeah. Call the Pack is good, but I think it's the first one that gets cut in my opinion. And it's so weird that I'm saying, like, in my opinion, which is super freaking weird to say, and people can hate me if they want, but out of the affiliated characters, Domino is probably the worst. And that's like that's saying something. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm saying Domino is the worst affiliated character for them,
Yeah.
like what does that mean about the rest of them? Like
They're super
he slaps in Weapon X. Like he is so freaking good. He is now a 5.56 with a reroll for defenses. And he can't be moved by Mystical. Like he can't be moved. And he can't, like, you can't, like, he just does stuff. And it's like the first place I've ever felt good about playing Deadpool in a long time. God, he's so good. That's why I wanted to put him as a sales pitch today.
No, that's fine. He's still underplayed, so that means we need to pitch him again, right?
You're not wrong. We failed the first time. But no, Weapon X, oh my god, so much fun. Anybody who's here hanging out, like Weapon X, holy shit! Like, here's my sales pitch for Weapon X real quick before we get into the episode. If you ever wanted to play X Force because they have a reroll, because they give you +2 dice on a shield, because they give you an out of activation movement early in the game, play Weapon X.
You just do that all the time.
Well, okay, so hear me out on this. Literally, Logan has rerolls.
Yeah.
Dossier gives Sabretooth rerolls. 23 has rerolls. Deadpool has rerolls. You bring Strucker or Zemo, you're giving rerolls to somebody else. So you literally have X-Force's leadership almost naturally within this entire team. Cat and Mouse. I'm playing X-Force because of Cat and Mouse. Okay, well, I have got to get some air. And Logan now gets a longer movement. And I can do it whenever I want and not just at the beginning of the turn or at the beginning of the game. Cool.
These might be the best jeans I've ever done.
Oh my god. What else?
Maybe.
Oh, Cable Shield. Your leadership is literally Cable Shields. Like, let me just like create something that just absolutely just makes X-Force non-existent. Like this, it has a character, and then I want to play it because the characters. Okay, cool. Weapon X has almost the exact same roster. Like the only thing you're missing is Cable. Like that, that is the only character that is not here.
Yeah.
I want to play Sabretooth. I want to play Logan. I want to play 23. I want to play Deadpool. I want to play Domino. Weapon X. There you go. Like there is literally like Weapon X just literally put X-Force into a paper bag and like lit it on fire and left it on someone's porch.
The Pocket Hydra is pretty hilarious. Like that's funny.
It's nice. It actually covers a lot of holes too. Like Convocation just slaps Weapon X. Like
Yeah.
But then you go. But then you go. All right, 5 Mystic, 4 Mystic, what? Strucker. Zemo.
Doesn't Red Skull kind of get owned by Sorcerer Supreme now?
He does, but we don't talk about that. You don't have to play him. You could just go Strucker.
No, I think I mean Convocation was actually what I was looking at because I like Convocation. So I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with them because I don't think that they're a standalone. I haven't given up on Domino yet, but
yeah, I kind of miss playing Domino.
Zemo.
I kind of miss playing Domino, but it's like with Strucker in here. Like you have someone with longer range. Oh, it's I guess the same range. It's a Wild Incinerate, but you don't have to pay for it, and he's giving rerolls, so he's helping the team out. Domino's kind of selfish.
I guess she's also just a house, though. I don't know. I think
anymore.
that. Well, that's fair. I mean, can't do all the cheesy stuff anymore.
True. But this is a super fun list. If you want to copy it and play around with it, like feel free.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on with this episode because I have rambled long enough about this. It's just been fun. Like I have not been this excited about MCP in a while, so it's been good. It's been good for me. All right, people who's been hanging out in the Twitch chat. Sorry.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. We're gonna kick it off. I gotta remember how to do this because I feel like it's been a while.
It has.
It has. That's why. Okay. And where's my buttons? There's my button. I bet as soon as I hit record, he's gonna pop in.
It'll happen quick.
All right. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. Kicking off the show. Boop.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Maximum effort.
In this war, there's no surrender.
He's out of line, but he's right. Who the hell is Bucky?
You don't like a fair fight.
I think you're wrong. Which part? All of it.
Think you're the only superhero in the world?
Touche.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No, nothing.
Really? Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you. I can't hear like anything else.
Oh, I didn't hit live. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna redo that. All right, take 2. Let's go.
Perfectly balanced, as all things
I can't have a starting. Like,
In this war, there's no surrender.
He's out of line, but he's right. Who the hell is Bucky?
you don't like a fair fight.
I think you're wrong. Which part? All of it.
Think you're the only superhero in the world?
Touche.
I really can't wait till we write the book on like how to podcasting.
I don't think we should be writing that book.
I
I don't know what happened to you, but you got tiny. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Oh man, what's happening?
There we go. Okay, we're fixing it. Man, I am a struggle bus tonight, apparently. All right, I got that up. Where's my show notes? All right, it wouldn't be a show without absolutely just messing up the intro,
Yeah.
as Omnis says. All right, welcome back to the Rogue Agents, and welcome us back to the Rogue Agents as well. It's been about 2 weeks since we did a show. 2 weeks, roughly.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty light holiday season from us.
Yeah.
Like by picking Sunday, we really lined ourselves up for a light holiday schedule.
You're not
Since
wrong.
everything falls on a Sunday this year.
It might have been intentional. Well, they were to come back swinging hard in the new year with a brand new MCP, because it's basically a brand new MCP if you really want to get down to brass tacks.
It's great. I'm excited again.
Mm-hmm.
Like super duper excited again.
Revitalized.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get through the. Are you taking show notes? Oh, she probably.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I do.
So we got big thanks to our supporters and Patreons. Thank you for people who come and watch the live show because it gives us a reason to keep doing it and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw you on the spot here.
Okay.
Are we doing
ready.
Accountability Club for December?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Anyways, moving on. I don't have a goal. I don't think I did in November either. But
It's been rough. Like this is the busiest I've ever been in my off season at work, and my kids are getting a little bit older, and time has just been for lack of a better term, a motherfucking premium for me. So yeah, I'm ready for it though. I'll get you. I got this accountability club stuff.
For me, it's one, I got into a card game, or I got back into a card game.
Whoops.
Two, I got back into World of Warcraft because Dragonflight just came out. Double whoops. 3, Weapon X. 4, Holidays. 5, work. His work.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a busy person. I've been really busy. I tell you what though, I want to say this. I was listening to the if anybody is interested in TTS leagues and all that stuff, Norbert actually just did a video this morning. I think it's on YouTube now. You can look it up for Dr. Norbert on YouTube. Talking about TTS leagues and the future of them. He had a panel on of Sooner,
Nice.
Luca. God, I feel terrible because I can't remember who the UK person was. God, who was it? Liam? I think it was Liam. I'm not
going to make any guesses.
That's fair. Yeah, and then Nate from the Gamers Guild. We kind of did a little panel this morning where they were talking about what the future of TTS leagues might look like, and just discussing it. And I think anybody interested in TTS leagues, definitely go give that a watch, and fill a survey out that Norbert is pushing with that, because like the whole entire TTS leagues, like it's always been like the whole mindset of like this is an environment for the players, so the only changes to make it how the players want it to be is if you actually say something. So take your moment and go check it out. Go watch that video. Make some comments on the forum. All that stuff. And as always, keep playing in real life games because you have the opportunity to. Wow. Yeah. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't too loud. Like, wow. Crap. Anyways. Next, Permadamage League. It was a really cool idea, and I was really excited about it. But I think we might be scrapping the Permadamage League, and it might be something we revisit at a later date. So those of you who have been waiting for the past, month and a half for me and Hyper to play our game, I think it's a good say that it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So I'm just going to make the executive decision on that one that we're going to go ahead and just stop the Permadamage League where it's at. Hey, Ronald, thanks for doing the sub to Rusty Paints. But Permadamage League is probably just going to be stopped. I think it will be something that we do revisit at some time in the future with changes. Because I think we already decided on, okay, it'd be much better run this way. Immediately after we started,
a few things,
we weren't all
pretty much.
Good buzz. That's what happens when everybody's drinking and you have a good idea.
I mean, at least we ran with it for a minute. It did kind of peter out exactly like every drunken conversation I can remember from my 20s did. Like, we're going to do this and this and this and that.
It was really, really hot and fiery, and then immediately just like nothing. Like, mostly because of me. Not going to lie. Good times. All right. I'm thinking next week will probably be a fun episode for end of the year episode. And then we probably won't do another episode until January 8th because the next following Sundays is Christmas Day and New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So
sounds right.
Next week, if you enjoy our company and you want to come hang out with us.
Holiday special,
8:30. Come hang out with the Rogue Agents. 8:30 EST. Did I say Wednesday? I meant Sunday.
Sunday.
Did I say
Sunday.
Wednesday? I'm still so used to Wednesday. I ain't gonna lie.
No idea.
next Sunday, 8:30, roughly, as you know. Come in. There he is.
Hi.
God, there's the echo too.
Let's just start over.
Let's
My
just
nose
start over.
itches.
Oh, but
Yeah,
it's so
let's
rough.
just do it.
It's so rough in editing. Okay. Okay, so live stream is here. I'm just gonna hit stop and then I'll hit start again.
I mean, we could just actually start the episode over. Like, just legit, just start over.
I mean, I guess we could because this would be the most perfect starting ever.
Yeah, right? It'd be great.
Okay, that was for those of you here in the Twitch chat. That was
Practice round.
practice round. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, get it out. Get it out.
All right.
I just ate a pot pie. I'm very tired.
Fair enough.
Yum.
All right. All right. So we got the bugs worked out. Got the buttons ready this time. Here we go. And thanks, Mr. DNA, for the subscription on Twitch.
2.
All right.
1.
Hitting the button. Round 2.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Maximum effort. In this war, there's no more surrender.
He's out of line, but he's right. Who the hell is Bucky? You don't like a fair fight.
I think you're wrong. Which part? All of it.
You think you're the only superhero in the world?
Touche.
All right. Welcome back to the Rogue Agents, and for those of you in the Twitch chat, thanks for staying around for our happiness. I can't make it perfect. I can't just like accept the fact that we've been sitting here talking for the last 15 minutes. I guess it was like only like 10 minutes. But
In your
take
defense, it's really hard to make things perfect with me.
That's true. I won't deny it or sugarcoat it. But honestly, this is actually better because I have that really rough cough that happened, and I don't want.
Yeah,
to
see?
Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
That's why we're doing this. All right. Again, big thanks to our supporters, patrons, those of you here in the Twitch chat for putting up with us and having a good time with us. Sam, are we doing Accountability Club in December?
I think we're going to give everyone a holiday break for December. I'm going to tally the votes for the prior season, and we'll see who qualifies for the special gift. And I think we're going to start up again January 1st going forward. There you go. How's that for a surprise curveball?
Oh man,
That was
there's
a
so many new things.
Big surprise
Sorry.
curveball. 'Cause that was not what you said 10 minutes ago.
It's not. But it is what we're going to go with now. That's the permanent record. I feel like I might be a little bit hot tonight. Also, I cleaned out my gaming closet today, so my fidget toy for the evening is pluck foam parts.
That's fair.
That
Oh, nice.
I don't know what else to do with. So if you hear that ripping noise, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
It's
about
just-
it. So earlier when you first got on the call, I thought you were like shredding paper. I was like, what are you doing? Like, are you okay over there? All right, next. For those of you who have been waiting anxiously, speech impediment, we have sadly come to the conclusion and decision that we're gonna scrap the Permanent Damage League because I'm terrible at scheduling a game with Hyper Viper.
Wait, what?
We've had a game for like the past week and a month and a half that we just haven't scheduled for.
Oh, I know. Yeah, our
Yeah.
whatever, like our hardcore league.
Yeah. So we're gonna cancel it and then we're gonna revisit
Oh,
it
yeah.
probably next year.
Sorry, folks. Yeah, that was never gonna happen. Let's be real. I mean, y'all should have figured that out like 2 weeks ago.
Fair, but we haven't officially said anything yet, so I figured we should probably say something. So
Thank you for playing.
thanks for
Yeah,
playing.
no,
Those of you
I
who
had
did,
fun.
like,
It was
yeah.
super
But
silly.
no, but next year, when we get a good break point, I think we'll do it and we'll change some things about it so that way it's better ran. But we'll discuss that at a later time. Next Sunday, 8:30 Eastern. Join the Rogue Agents.
5:30 Pacific.
5:30 Pacific. Some other time for GMT, and then some other time for Australia. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know your clock times, and I don't commit it to memory, so I am sorry, but not sorry. Next. Oh, sorry. I completely almost glossed over the whole entire point of that little. So next
Holiday
Sunday,
special.
Holiday special. Come join the Rogue Agents live on Twitch. Come hang out with us. Come chat with us. Talk with us. Have fun with us, and we're just gonna be pretty much bullshit and having a good time next week. Pretty much be the last episode for the year. We won't do another episode until the 8th of January because the next 2 Sundays fall on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So yes, come join us next Sunday for your Rogue Agents content, and it'll be your normal podcast material. Hot takes, cold drinks. I have some Evan Williams holiday eggnog ready to serve in the bottle. Drinking
Nice.
in my Nova Stein.
All right. I got some Lagunitas Super Cluster.
I do like Lagunitas. I have water.
Good for you.
The healthiest one.
I'm so well hydrated right now.
I am not.
That's good.
I do have a freshly trimmed mustache though. I shaved it, or I trimmed it
nice.
and cut it. Like I got the mustache back. If anybody has not noticed, I have my mustache back. I remember when I had it for deployment and I got back from deployment, I shaved it off. Zane was so sad. He was like, "But what happened?"
I'm glad it's back.
A lot of people like it. I don't know. The wife likes it, so I guess I can't.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, exactly.
Go with what works. Okay.
So, all right. Main topic. We have some serious news going on.
Oh my god,
in
there's
the
so
world.
much new shit.
The world of MCP.
I feel like this episode is like grasping a hot take and just like a reaction video. So I'm super hyped for
Speaking
this.
of which, let's.
We did it. We have enough hot takes. We don't need any more. No more opinions, no more hot takes. We've heard them all. We've had enough. No more. Isn't it awesome? Everyone can just shut up now.
Like the one thing that I really wish that video did was like, I wish she said at the end there, like, everybody can just shut the fuck up now. Like it's just like it's missing that little sting, like that little bite, like
Just a little bit. Just a little
bit of pepper.
Except for tonight, right? Like these are all hot takes.
Tonight, this whole entire episode is hot takes.
The gloves are off.
The gloves are off. We've been really short. I think content creators in a whole have been really short for pretty much, I don't know, the past 3 months. I'd say.
Starving.
Starving.
Yeah.
It's been
Starving.
hard.
Yeah.
It's been really hard to do content, and I don't know
do
how
you do?
Rich does a video every week still. That man is a legend for content. I don't know how he does it, but woof. It's been rough. But what was it? Friday or was it Saturday? It was a Saturday, wasn't it?
No, it's Friday.
It was Friday. Okay.
Yeah, because I was working. My buddy had just started a new job, and he was like, "Hell of a day to start a new job."
But the biggest thing going on in the world of MCP at the moment is pretty much a whole entire new game. If you want to, I don't know how else you look at it. There is.
I'm no longer the voice in the wilderness.
What's that?
Yeah.
They changed every crisis.
Mm-mm.
Spider
Infected is the same. Infinity Formula.
Deadly Meteors. Deadly Meteors.
Oh,
No, Meteors is different.
Cool.
Meteors is
Oh
different.
no, it's a different. Yeah, different shape. Yeah, different shape.
Yeah. No,
I don't believe
literally.
Mutant Madmen changed either, which is great because I love Mutant Madmen. But
Yeah, there's,
they added a bunch of new crises, and most of the other crises have been reworked.
I want to say it's 15% of crises are unchanged. It's insane.
Yeah. So 85% of crises have been changed.
Yeah.
Hammers got buffed in that now you can have multiple hammers on people and it doesn't affect the tactics card cost.
Just one. Just one.
Just one.
Always just
Okay.
one. Senators is ridiculous because they're
Alright.
fucking.
We're
six
gonna
objectives
we're
on the
gonna
table.
get
Yeah.
into it. Calm yourself. Oh my
Dude,
god.
I literally
Calm
I was
down.
going to next gen. I was going to play at my locals on Friday, and I saw all this shit. I was like, oh my god, I don't have any of these cards, and I don't know what to play anymore. I love when that happens.
I mean, it's great. I've been playing, I've been cranking out games over this weekend, and it feels good again. It feels so good to play right now. But let's get into it. Our main talking points. Number 1, we have 10 extracts. We went from, I don't know, 7 playable, maybe even 6 playable extracts to 10. That's huge. That's huge, right? Am I wrong? We got rid of 14 threat. Wow.
Yeah.
That is huge in itself. 14 threat being gone clears up.
Yeah.
It helps so many different affiliations out between any affiliation that has a 5 threat leader is instantly I can breathe.
Barely. Whenever I play with a 5 threat leader, it's always 16 plus. 15 still uncomfortable, but it's better than 14.
You can at least
Beats the
play it.
shit out
You
of
can at least
14.
play.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
you have 10 threat now, so you can run 3-3-2 or whatever you want to do. It's something. Guardians is no longer going to be super overpowered at 14 because there is no 14. There we go. There's a woo.
I mean, they're still pretty good at 16.
No. That's not the point. The point is Guardians aren't going to be good at 14 anymore.
All right.
So
I mean, you can't go your 4 White Hulk stuff. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I like this. I like all these changes. I can't wait to get into all the details of it. The things that I'm most curious about, like some of these map shapes, right? So if you look at that, like the L shape or the J shape, right, where those center line objectives are all a little bit closer to each side. Who can get those?
Oh,
who can reach that now?
We'll do a quick rundown. I don't want to go too in depth, but we'll do a quick rundown. So real quick, overarching 10 extracts, 12 secures. For the extracts, we have 115, 116, 317, 218, 219, and 220. I love this spread. Like, you really can't ask for a better spread. Your middle point is your most represented, and then it just like narrows out as it spreads out. Like, I like it. Like, I think for extracts, this is really, really good point spread, because 18 being 2 times and 19 being 2 times makes more sense than 16 being 2 times and 15 being 2 times. Because now I have, at those higher threat values, it's more likely to happen, and I have more points to play characters to actually play the scenario. Because little known fact that I think has not been talked about much, except for on Danger Room's emergency episode, is there is not a single extract anymore. Like, there is not a single extract. So suck it, Black Order.
What about Researcher? What about Researcher?
Researcher's always been its own animal and kind of its own thing. So I don't really.
It scores slower now.
It's technically a single extract.
Yeah, but you don't hold it. Like,
it's still considered an extract. It's got red.
God. No, there's 3 points. There are 3 points with that scenario.
Well, yes, but 2 of them are secures.
All right. Anyways, there are no more single extracts that you
Which
carry.
is great. Yeah.
No more RNG extracts. How about that?
That's also true. There is no more RNG extracts, which is insane. I think extracts.
I love it so much.
Extracts being changed the way that they have been is actually really nuts. We'll run through the changes real quick after we get through this a little bit. As far as secures go, like I said, there's 12. Well, we went from 14 down to 12, I think, because we got rid of Terrigen.
We lost Terrigen, yeah.
But we have new Fisk, which a cool new way to set up the game.
Fisk is okay. So I was looking at this. There was double the map setups than there was earlier. Like, yeah, it's insane.
It's
But
great variety.
as far as secures go, we have 215, 216, 317, 218, 219, and 120. I kind of like how secures are laid out in the same kind of, like, it's like slightly different than extracts, mostly because, like, I don't know, like, secures have always like been a little different. Like, I like having the 215s and the 216s. I just think it's a good point spread. Like, not seeing 14 in that point spread probably is like, I'm having like copium right now. Like,
it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, there's no 14. It makes me so happy because I love playing affiliations that run high threat people.
I mean, if you were bringing I feel like you only ever brought 14 to hose people. Like, that was the only reason why you ever brought a 14. Was
I brought 14 with Malekith because good luck.
Yeah,
with Mal at 14.
Exactly. It's just 14s were. You brought that to gear check somebody because, like, hey, I'm built for this. Are you? Yes or no?
Yeah, but now it's like 15 to 20 just feels right. I don't like. I really kind of hope they keep it within 15 to 20 for a long time. I can see them eventually.
It feels like 10 characters.
I feel like them eventually branching out to 21, but I really wouldn't go past that. Like, I like 15 to 20.
15 to 20 is fine. Like, let's just play 17s. No, but like 16, 17, 18. Like, I like that it's like, it feels like it's like more of a slight variation now instead of, I don't know. 14 isn't that much lower than 15, but it makes all the difference in the world. It's not a very it's not a very deep, point system. Right? The threat system is not very deep. It's basically 2 to 6. So,
all right, and then going through this real quick, there is 0 A shapes, but they don't even show the card for the A shape in the dog.
Not even an homage, or a head nod to the A shape with this. It's just
I think it's hilarious though if they just like Okay, delete A and then go forward from there.
Yeah.
So B is the new A. Like
A has been replaced with a note that says all crisis tokens are 1 inch diameter circles.
All right. For B
With it.
shapes, B shapes are only secures. We have Infinity and Madmen, so they didn't change. They stayed in the same map shape. They actually stayed in the same scenario. So B's completely untouched. C's, we have Alien Ship and Intrusions. So they're on the same shape, but Alien Ship got a huge
It's a major
dude.
change. It's awesome.
We'll get
So
to that. D, we got Hammers, Cosmic, Riots, Portal still, so it's still the same Ds. E, we didn't lose a D, did we? No. E is Researcher, Montesi, Gamma, Demons, so that's still the same. F is Spiders, Cubes, and Scoundrels, so that is still the same. So far, it's pretty much the same, except for you lost Meteors as a C, because Meteors is now nuts years.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Then here
Brace for
comes
impact.
the spice. All right. G, as in golf, we have sword. Oh, what is G, you ask? Well, we're gonna go ahead
box.
and pull this up.
Yes.
We're gonna go ahead and pull this up right here.
What is sword? It's a fight.
It's a fight. All right.
Sword
so
is now a good Hulk map. Yeah, it's crazy.
Sword is just fun now.
I love
first of
Sword
all,
now.
Sword is now 15 threat, and this is what it looks like. If anybody has not seen it yet, it is literally. Oh, that's fun. If anybody has not seen what Sword looks like now, this is Sword. It's like what like a closer B on the sides, because B's about that far out, right? I think. Can't really set up B with this, but anyways, it's super cool. I like this shape for Sword. I really like this shape for Sword, to be honest. And
That's fun.
What else?
And it's not all or nothing anymore, right? So now you get to like.
Well, so yeah, it's not winner takes all. So there's 4 consoles.
Winner gets the push.
Winner gets the push, but here's how it works. The winner gets to pick who is chosen. However, the other character gets to resolve the push. So if it's like you versus me, I won Sword. Like, I won the overall Sword. And I say, okay, I'm going to push Thanos. You get to resolve the push still. Which I think is actually really interesting.
So it's kind of like, unless that's it's not bad.
Yeah, so even if you're winning Sword, like, your opponent being able to resolve the push is honestly kind of better in my opinion. Like, I would rather be resolving the push. Like, if you got to pick the character and I resolve the push,
Pretty short move.
Yeah. Like, that's literally what it is. It's great though, because remember when that first came out, people were complaining about, like, so it's basically if you're winning Sword, it's a win-win-win. Now if you're winning Sword, it's just like a win, and then the loser gets a consolation prize of getting a movement out of it. So it's kind of nice. I think it actually makes Sword way more playable. It makes it less of an egregious scenario. I think we're going to see a lot of Sword because it is 15, and that's going to be the new.
It's the new Gamma for sure.
Yeah, it's the new gear check too. 15. Like, can you?
I mean,
15?
So it's still a gear check.
Yeah.
So they're like, I heard you guys like Sword being a gear check.
Yeah.
What if it's different? What if it's a different kind of gear check?
But it's completely different. Like, it's such a different game. Like, having 4 here, like looking at this, like, Thanos can't actually. He can affect. I mean, if you're set up properly.
If you're on the inside, yeah. So if you post Thanos up where you want him to be, like, he can get the one across from him. He can't really get the other 2 unless you give it to him.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I
Space
think
Stone Thanos can still do stuff, right?
Oh yeah, he's all over the place.
So I
I
think
mean, this is basically a Space Stone setting for Thanos. This is like as far as he can be on the inside there.
that's round 1, right? Like, you
Yeah,
did
this is
move place.
move Space Stone. This is basically move Space Stone to be on the console.
So move Space
got-
Stone gets Thanos on the inside of the box essentially, which is pretty good.
So you could probably move him like here, and still.
What I want to show you real quick though, because
Yeah,
God,
show me
it's
the stuff.
so freaking spicy. I love freaking Weapon X so much. All right, I know this is probably like dead content for radio, but I don't care right now. All
Just
right.
talk through it, right? If you talk through it, it's all safe.
All right, so go ahead and put Thanos back where he was. Granted, you're probably not doing this with Thanos like absolutely beginning. No, put him where he was.
Well, I can narrate like
will,
what's
yeah.
happening.
So
yeah.
if you
So
have
Thanos from deployment.
All right. So this is like Thanos deploys, right? So he lines up right on one of these consoles, and then
let's say you're a silly goober and you put Dossier on Thanos. I don't know why you would, but let's say you
I'm
put
super
Dossier.
silly. I might.
I mean, you might.
Then
think
I'm just gonna like.
Well, you think like, well, Thanos is defensive. He's not gonna go down super easy.
Right. So like I'm gonna be like super aggressive with my Thanos. I'm gonna double move him up here.
Oh, you're gonna do that, huh? Okay,
yeah, I'm just gonna give you nonsense.
Why
And
would
I'm
you
gonna
do that
teleport
if-
you away.
away. Okay, that's nice. So with my game plan, I run. No, go ahead and do this. So let's say you teleport him away. He's got
Yeah.
Dossier on Thanos. This is where Weapon X is just freaking nuts. I have Red Skull with them.
All right.
Red Skull's grunts move, and they'd step behind Wolverine. Okay. He's hitting you without taking a single action.
Oh yeah.
Like,
How does he move medium?
gotta
Oh,
get
because
some
of the
air.
grunts.
Gotta get
Nice.
some
Yeah,
air.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh, God, I fucking love it. All
Glorious.
right, let's get back on topic. I'm sorry. Like I get so excited about Weapon X. Like they are like the affiliation I've wanted for the game for a long time. All right, so Sword,
Dreams do
super
come
fun.
true.
Sword is super fun. I actually think this is going to be a really good scenario to play. I think a lot of people are going to think they're good at it. I don't think it's like truly swayed one way or the other. I like the fact that you get to like, hey, I'm gonna push Logan. Okay, well, I'm gonna push Logan towards you, like into the fight, because that's where he wants to be. Where you would normally want to push him away or whatever have you. I like the fact that both players have agency on the sword movement. That is really cool in my opinion. All right, next we get H with Fisk. I love this. Number one, Fisk is still 16. However, Fisk is probably now like one of the brawliest maps in the entire game.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say it's 15? I thought it was 16.
16. I said 16.
That's 16.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so Fisk might be
okay,
one
yeah.
of the brawliest maps in the game now.
You know, I just want to say I was lied to. Yeah, someone said that you could sit Hulk in the middle. You clearly
No,
cannot.
you really can't. I mean, granted, you still can. So Fisk still works the same. Whoever's controlling it scores it, and then the opposing player gets to move it to range 2. And if it's within 1, you get damage and stun. So it still works the same, but they're just a lot closer, which is going to create a lot of scrums in the middle. It's super fun to play. I can't recommend it
It's
enough.
also, it's very much like Gamma was now, where it's one of the higher scoring secures.
Yeah, because it's scoring. You have a higher chance of winning both of them, to be honest, because of how close they are now.
But you're just gonna move them together. I feel like you're just gonna move these together now, instead of like before where you were constantly like moving the one you weren't controlling away.
Hey, can you promote me real quick? Oh, okay. It was just glitched out. Never mind. I don't need to be promoted.
Oh, okay, but yeah. Holy crap!
The giant second win.
All right. Anyways,
It's important.
okay.
It's
So
important.
Fisk, it is important because Avengers are so prevalent. And I think Fisk is going to be.
It's an
really
Avengers
big.
crisis for sure.
Yeah. Well, not just that. I think a lot of people are going to be playing it. Like,
I think a lot of folks are playing it, but it's a crisis that Avengers enjoys. It's something that I'm probably going to play with Avengers.
It's an Avengers thing. Yes.
I don't really know
I think-
what else you want to hit on Fisk, because like the biggest thing is like it's closer together and it's going to create a much more scrummy game.
Come fight.
Come to fight. Your next one is Meteors on I. So Meteors stayed at 17. This one's kind of crazy. We got our first like look at the shape. Like, so basically your outside ones basically got shifted up and shifted down. Which means you're going to be able to, with some movement shenanigans, get to it with just one move with some people and interact. I think I haven't done a whole lot of let me get here.
I gotcha.
I haven't done a whole lot of like measurement testing, but can you get a small base medium move? No, you can't. But medium base medium move absolutely gets there on one move and can interact.
Yeah. Large base, small moves a little bit iffy.
What about
It's
medium
a
base?
it's a yeah. What about a small base long move?
Small base, long move absolutely makes it. Look where Wolverine's at. Like that's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was.
But medium base, small move. Like I don't know, Cable.
I don't. I feel like Cable's not going to be there.
Medium move, small base isn't going to do it because a large base, small move won't do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. But medium base, medium move absolutely will. Hashtag Red Skull.
It's Red Skull's world. We're just living in it now.
It is like he's so good. I love Red Skull. Boom. All right, so Red Skull absolutely medium base, medium move makes it to your home one. Biggest things to think about with meteors is it is no longer winner takes all. It is one score or one VP for each one you control. It's energy defense still. And
that's like so many. That's like half a dozen wins I just lost right there.
Well, you think about it, it's like that's huge because like 3 VPs, like having a 3 VP swing to now like maybe having a 1 VP swing that's so big. But
I'm glad we won't have those games where it's like one player scores it for the first 3, one player scores it for the second 3.
But
right?
I think
they're super low
I think the thing to think about though is we look at a lot of the extracts now. And I think where the VP swings are coming from are going to be the extracts and not these winner takes all secures. Because you look at, let's say, Paranoia. Paranoia, if you're holding...
I can't... I've read that card like 6 times.
Okay, I'll go through it. I'll break it down for you, Hyper. Don't worry. Okay, so anyways, Meteors. Energy defense, if it contains more crit, wild, or hits than a number of healthy enemy characters testing, you control it now. If it controls at least 1 skull, you suffer 1 damage. So it acts the same way. It's just no longer winner takes all, and the shape is slightly different. I also like this because if you're going to go and try and take your opponent's home side, you're really committing. Like, that one little extra nudge up here means you're in danger. Cue the Ralph Simpson's I'm in danger gif. Like you are though, like this literally, like what is it, like not even probably a range 1 distance, I'd imagine.
You're Corvus food at that point. You're just Corvus
like,
food.
That little bit of a difference is enough to put you in range. Because if you think about it, a lot of times when you're going centerline stuff, you set your character range 1 on your side so they can't get just nuked round 1. So now round 1, if you're gonna go for your opponent's home point to try and flip it, you're really setting yourself up to just get that character nuked unless you have some sort of jank going on where they're just not going to die. So I like the new Meteors. I like that they got rid of the winner takes all. That is huge for a lot of the point swings. But I do think it changes in the fact that the point swings are coming from your extracts, and we'll get to that here in a second. Let's see.
Wait, is this these are all in the mod? All these new crises?
this is special.
Oh, okay. Cool.
They're working on it. It should be soon. There's also somebody had done this. This is actually like fan done. Like somebody else had done this and posted a link to it. You can save it and put it into your save files, to where you basically open up a save
in the show notes.
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine if I remember. Okay, so this one is kind of big. The first extract that really changed a lot. Where's it at? Scrolls. Scroll.
Oh my god. New Scroll is so cool.
Scroll is now a 20 threat from a 17 threat. Its shape is actually really cool. I actually really like the shape. I hear a lot of people saying they don't like it, but I like this shape. It's basically a compressed D. The outside points are in the exact same point, but your inside points are on the inside. Like, they're basically right in the middle. But now Scroll is no longer a singleton. There are 4 points. Each person gets 1 VP per scroll. However, I think this is another attrition type scenario, because when you go to interact with the scroll, you get to roll, what, 1 die? No, you roll your physical defense. So you roll your physical defense, and if it does not contain a single crit or wild, your opposing player gets to push you short. So
if you have 2, it's bad?
Huh?
So if you have a crit and a wild, or like 2 crits?
No. If you don't have any, you have to. So if you don't have a single crit or wild, your opponent gets to push you. So if you look at this,
you know what? This is we're bringing Carnage back right now.
Well, this is my thing. Is like I think this is actually a really good killing scenario, because of the fact that 1 is going to be fast scoring. You have 4 extracts on the board. So let's say you're running this with Fisk. You now have a total of 8 points on the board at one time.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's say you go your opponent goes in the middle. They go to pick up the scroll, and they do not roll a crit or a wild. They now are within killing range of certain characters. Like it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Like there's so much going on with these games now with these different rules with the crises. I definitely think Scrolls is going to be good for a killing team because that off chance that the opponent goes, especially on the outside, they go to the outside and they miss it. They miss it because they're going to pick it up. So of course you're going to want to bring them closer to you so you can try and kill them. They're like halfway to your deployment zone at that point. Like so many people can just wreck them.
I feel like we're using the wrong model here, or wrong models here, because these are probably like the two guys who you care least about being in your opponent's deployment zone.
I ain't gonna lie, Weapon X kind of eats a Hulk, just so you know. But we got Nobility Bane played Scrolls yesterday and got pushed all 3 times round 1. Can confirm it is scary as shit. So we got some proof right there in the chat. Scrolls is scary against a killing team. I think unless you have a plan or some really like tanky characters, you probably don't actually want to play Scrolls. Just like, or like if you're a killing team, I think you go for it. But I think if you're like an objective team, you probably don't actually play Scrolls. That's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think about this scenario and the changes made to it? I love the 20 threat for it though.
I look forward to turn 1 Ricochet Blast killing whoever gets pushed towards me.
There you go. That's crazy though. Like you can actually do that though. Like you couldn't do that on a single game before. And
I'm also very glad that they got rid of, or not got rid of, but they changed Malekith's reroll thing, so now I can just play Ricochet Blast and never hear people talk about Helios ever again.
That's fair. Sam, do you have anything about Scrolls you want to hit?
I think that they're going to be kind of scary to pick up. There's a lot of beaters out there that don't necessarily have great physical defense. So,
well, let me show you another thing. Let's just say number 1. Okay, so number 1, this is Red Skull. Oh wait. Let's just say this is. Oh, did it again.
You can just have the other person, like Sam can do it.
Okay, so let's just say this is Red Skull. You are now
Red Skull lines up like range 3.
You are getting double punch in the face.
Just from deployment, yeah.
You're getting double punch in the face. Or let's say Logan, you are now getting punched in the face. Oh, great! Actually, Logan wouldn't be able to hit that because he's small base.
He's small.
But you got to get some air. If you get some air, he can absolutely hit that. Gotta
hit that, Logan.
All right. Another comment from Nobility. I was able to bump back a bit and mitigate it some, playing Midnight Suns with Iron Fist and New Skull, but Cat wasn't so lucky. No extra power to bump back. I actually think Midnight Suns like creep up in the power rankings of affiliations because bump is so much more relevant in a lot of these scenarios, in my opinion. It's kind of nice. I like it. I think a lot of affiliations actually got a raise out of the crisis changes. A lot of affiliations.
Like Mystique.
Yeah, Mystique.
Mystique continues to be cool.
She did not need a boost.
She did not.
Anyways, so Scrolls. I think Scrolls is great for killing teams. Not so much objective teams, but I like it. It replaces Kree-Core in my opinion because Kree-Core is no longer like a singleton. I'm gonna kill you. Like it literally replaces Kree-Core because now Kree-Core is 17 and this is 20, and Kree-Core is no longer like an absolute murder fest. Let me hold the keep away Kree-Core from you. And this is absolutely come closer to me so I can kill you. So I think that this actually replaces Kree-Core in a lot of kill lists.
Who do you think wants to run Kree-Core? I mean, we haven't gotten there yet, but it's not.
We have not.
It's still gonna pump out a lot of attrition damage.
Let's talk about Kree-Core then. Let's talk about Kree-Core because I skipped it.
Right? Because they used to be the same, and now they're not.
All right, so Kree-Core. Kree-Core is now 17 threat, and it is set up exactly the same. It is, you basically go up and you pick it up. You don't have to roll for it anymore. There's no more RNG scenarios in the game. There is not a single RNG scenario other than like stuff happening to you. Now with Kree-Core, during the cleanup phase, each character with 3 or more power holding a Kree-Core rolls 3 dice for each skull and wild. In the result, the character holding the power core and all characters within range 2 of it suffer 1. So that means if I have a character holding the Kree-Core and I have my whole entire team around them and I roll 3 skulls, I am now taking 3 damage on everybody within 2 of the person holding the Kree-Core. Sorry. Suffer. They all take 1.
Yeah.
But this happens
That
for
feels
each.
super attrition to me.
But this happens for each Kree core. Each Kree core. So let's say I have one
Yeah.
Kree core, two Kree core, and then a third Kree core, all within like the same area. I was talking to Sam about this a little bit. The pre-ramble is I kind of like call the pack with this with Weapon X because you can literally call the pack and let's say you're holding two Kree cores and push them into like a scrum, and now you're having somebody potentially taking 3 damage off of like in the cleanup phase. Like you could have a whole entire group of people taking 3 damage just randomly. Like that's nuts. I do think this is killy. But I think this is more for an attrition team than a killy team. Like there is a difference. We discussed this before, where you have teams that like are killy and like are aggressive, but aren't so much on the attrition side. But you have a team that's on the attrition side where they can take a hit. I think they're the ones that want to play this. Like healing factor teams, Weapon X, would be great at this because they don't give a shit about the damage they're gonna take because they just heal it back anyways.
Yeah, Kingpin, Juggernaut, Crossbones, CS puppy.
They inure it. Nobility Bane says very anti-criminal syndicate, discourages characters banking power for all according to plan while holding objectives. That's a good point.
That's fair.
It also like that. It's going to discourage people from holding power because they don't want to be taking that excess damage. Another point from the danger room that they made across a bunch of these scenarios is chip damage is huge. Like you take 1 point of damage every single round, like that if you go over 5 rounds, that's 5 damage. It builds up over time.
Other thing you can do here is I don't know. I think this is actually really good for Syndicate because you can use the second half of Kingpin's leadership to toss this thing around. You're burning power off of people, and you're tossing this thing, so it's only hitting as few people as possible. I don't know. I like that. I like this for Syndicate.
I like it's so hard to pick like scenarios right now. Like we're in a good place.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think another thing to note is there is only hammers.
Cubes. We talking about like you can hold more than one.
Yeah, hammers, cubes, and God, what's it called? Virus. Those are the only ones that you can hold more than one of, which is rather interesting. There are so many times now that you're gonna need like all of your people on your team to hold an extract. There's no more gonna be like, Malekith doesn't have to hold an extract. I'm not gonna worry about it. Because let's go ahead and take a look at probably my new favorite extract.
Hammers?
Fuck no. So this is probably one of the craziest scenarios now. You have 6 points on the board, all scoring 1 BP, and you can only hold 1.
You can only move 1 time,
and you can only move once. I love this. So this is probably actually my favorite new I'm gonna kill you scenario because 1, it's fast, so I'm gonna go aggro as hell, and you can't escape. You can't run away because you only get 1 move action. So if you come up here and you grab a senator, you're just kind of a sitting duck. Like you.
But again, this is a terrible example because you can gamma leap.
Okay, I'm just using
better examples.
It
I know.
Matter.
Hey, let's grab someone who's dumb like the new Sabretooth. He can't do anything cool.
Oh, you
doesn't have a million power.
Funny you say that.
No, the caveat. If he doesn't have any power.
Yeah.
So there's a funny thing. There's a funny thing about Sabretooth where no matter the cost, works on his spender that costs 2, and he then can move once, no matter the cost, get into the middle, grab a point, and be fine while he's attacking.
Wait, does his thingy let him move?
His spender lets him move. Yeah, it's let him place range 1. So like if you're I'm like Weapon X is the tits. Like like they're so good. Oh man, if you can't
tell, terrible. No one should play them. Just keep playing other things.
Wait, I'm confused. You're saying that he can, no matter the cost, his spender, and then what?
So if he moves once, no matter the cost, spender gets to teleport, and then he gets to be like within range 1, and then he's like able to pick up something.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Sure, he's still a sitting duck here, but
I thought you were saying he can move away again.
No,
right.
No, he can't.
Okay. Cool.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $100 on Weapon X, but they're cool. I might play them.
Nobility Bane, really like Midnight Suns, being able to bump back. Superpowers and leaderships that grant extra movement will be really good here. Storm, X-Men grabbing and hopping backwards. Lockjaw teleport shenanigans too. So I think Okay, so here's some real secret tech that I think is super interesting. Is I actually think Senators might be a counter X-Men play. I think X-Men actually hate Senators because there is no way other than to me my X-Men that round 1 an X-Men player can get up here and get away from the center line. They're gonna be stuck here. Sure, if you want to set up the play to where you move somebody up, don't grab a Senator, just so that way you have a way to hop backwards. But you can't hop backwards because you're holding an extract. So you actually can't do that. Lockjaw is a good one because you can actually teleport people where you need to be.
Inhumans.
Inhumans
come dig this.
but like X-Men are actually not that great at this because none of their shenanigans, other than to me my X-Men, which if you're doing it round 1, is only going to work on one person. Really doesn't benefit from this. So I think Senators is actually really good anti-X-Men tech. I don't think X-Men like Senators at all. Anyways, I've been really rambling this episode.
You know who's good on Senators is Blob.
You know who's good on Senators is Weapon X.
You know who's good against Weapon X is Blob.
Not really, because they would teleport back to Blob after he pushes them.
No, isn't the teleport first? It's after the attack is resolved, and attacking effects resolved first. And then
is Blob's after the attack? Okay, so yeah, Blob will push him still. Okay.
Nerd.
I haven't played against Blob. Okay.
Blob's cool. I haven't played it as him or against him either. I just think he's cool. I think people are undervaluing Blob and Pyro.
No, I think a lot of people are super high on Blob. I think Blob is actually. I remember looking at it and thinking, "Wow, this is cool."
Cool guy.
But yeah, I think Blob's cool. But let's see, where were we? We talked about
so medium base, medium move can stand in between two different Senators.
But you can only pick up one.
Which isn't right. You can only pick up one, but it means that he can get. Just a spot to be. Spot to be.
I also think Angela is going to be on the rise again, because Angela from Deployment. Single move to there. Still able to hit somebody and pick up a Senator. Like I think Angela's going to be really good on scenarios like this.
Maybe hit somebody.
She's got pursuit.
Depends on what you're paired with. You know what I want to see? I want to see what this looks like with a C.
Oh, it looks great.
Let's do a pairing. Yeah.
It looks great with. Let me show you one. This is probably like I played this earlier and I freaking loved it. This is just a murder house.
Yeah, there you go. That's ridiculous.
Like Fisk and Senators is just a straight murder house, and it's such a fast game. You literally have 10 points on the board. You could be done with the game round 2, if things work out for you. But I think it's time that we talk about the one that has a lot of people confused, including Hyper Viper.
What?
You said it confused you.
Oh, which one?
Paranoia.
Yeah, I'm confused by Paranoia.
All right. So Paranoia is actually really, really cool. It's probably my new favorite Crisis because it's like the only new Crisis. One, I love this shape. Like, I love this shape. It's
cool shape.
Basically a C if the middle point had a baby and the parents left. So this is actually a really cool scenario. It's all center line. So how it works is you have 4 tokens. They score 1 each. When a character,
so that Hulk can go in the middle of that one.
But you can only pick up one. You can only hold one. So there's no point.
I'm just saying.
There's no point. So anyways, you pick up one, and if there's not another allied character within range 2 of it, a character that picked it up suffers 1 damage. So the first person who picks up a disturbance is going to be taking 1 damage. Round 1, you're probably taking a damage for every one that you pick up. However, if you are a team that is an abundance of healing factor, like Weapon X, you don't give a shit. Like, you love this scenario because you are not having any penalty at all.
That's
now,
smart.
The cool part
if you're nice
about
and
this,
wide like an Avengers team, like you're not really worried about it either. You just
Now, the cool part about this is actually a really, really fast scenario. If I can get 2, you kind of have to get 2. If you let your opponent get 3, you're losing. Like, you are losing hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because the second part of the scenario is if I have one person holding a token and they are within 2 of another person, they don't have to be holding another token. They just have to be within 2 of another person. You get to score an extra VP in the cleanup phase. So every single round, if you are holding 2 extracts, you can be scoring 3. If you are holding 3, you could be scoring 4. So this is actually a really fast scenario.
So it's a 5-point extract.
Yeah, it's a 5-point extract essentially. If you're holding all of them, and you're able to meet that distance requirement. Teams that push,
Convocation's gonna like this.
Yeah, Convocation likes it. Weapon X likes it. Teams that push are gonna like it because you can disrupt that extra VP quite a bit. Teams that can't be pushed are gonna love it because they're not gonna get robbed of that extra VP a lot. But it's like if you're holding 3, that's gonna be a 4, which means your opponent.
It's even almost a 6-point. It's a 6-point extra.
No, it can only
both
be
players.
It can only.
I
see what you're saying. Yeah.
If we both do it, then you're getting 4. I'm getting 2. You know, like we can both do it. That's really interesting. This is a cool one.
I actually really enjoy this scenario. I was talking with DeLuca about it earlier. He thinks that this is going to be one of those scenarios that everybody thinks they're good at it. In all honesty, I think the only teams that are truly going to be good at it to where they want to be bringing it in their 10 or in their roster is going to be 1, healing factor teams, aka Weapon X. 2, teams that have a lot of movement shenanigans, aka Weapon X.
I think CS does okay too, because like we talked about, they have so many bone characters.
Yeah. So stuff that doesn't take as much damage. Teams that can't get pushed as easily, or teams that have like good movement shenanigans to be able to set up that extra VP. Because if your opponent is able to easily get that extra VP and you are not, that is essentially a free VP for them every single round that you're not getting. So I think if you are considering Paranoia, you really need to look at, do I have a means of outside movement to be able to set up the extra VP if my opponent pushes me or throws me out of being able to score.
Any displacement.
You basically need to ensure that you're going to be scoring that extra VP every single round, or you're going to start losing the race against your opponent.
So let me double check this. So you can hold the thingy, and that's 1 VP. If you're holding the thingy and your buddy is next to you, you get 1 extra at the end. Okay.
Now, if you have 1 and your buddy's holding 1, you still only get 1 extra VP.
Yes, it's just 1 extra total ever.
Yeah, correct.
I feel like this is bad for Mystique.
I think so too.
Yep.
Like it's good. Like her leadership is all right, but it's literally encouraging people to like play around deception. Like
she doesn't want to get punched either. Like the only character on her team who can take damage is Juggernaut, and like Blob kinda, but he can't reduce non-attack damage.
Yeah. If you're running Old Sabretooth, he's not that bad.
I mean, like healing factor guys in general. Yeah, they're
healing factor.
Cassandra Nova.
So healing factor and people who can like move excessively is really good with this, because you can really just set up like, okay, well, I'm gonna make sure I get an extra VP because you can't stop me from like getting that movement there.
That's really glorious. This is a fantastic scenario.
This is probably my new favorite extract out of all of them. I love it so much. It is so much fun. All right, now the next one I really want to hit. I know I've done a lot of talking, and I'm really sorry if I've been like overbearing. But
teach and preach, man.
One of my next favorite ones is I can finally get off of my high horse. For the longest time, everybody would say X-Force or X-Men are insanely good at cubes because of healing factor. However, my counterpoint was his healing factor was a terrible timing for cubes because it was the wrong timing for cubes. You took the damage at the end of the round, and you weren't incentivized by healing factor at all whatsoever.
Beginning of the round.
Yeah. Other than the fact that you got to shirk the damage at some point. But if your opponent had priority, you still kind of got fucked by cube damage. Now,
I mean, don't you still?
No, you don't.
No, because you take it during the cleanup phase.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you take it during the cleanup phase?
If your opponent, if your opponent has priority, it's still bad for you.
Not really.
Right.
Okay, so I guess
it means you're going to daze in the cleanup phase. It means you daze in the cleanup phase instead of dazing in the power phase. So I'll give it that.
So you don't lose a character through the round if they daze the cubes.
Yes.
And 2, healing factor actually gets a benefit, because now if I do have priority, I actually have agency and a reason to say, okay, I'm acting Sabretooth first. because I'm actually getting a benefit from healing factor now on cubes. Because I'm going to heal back the damage.
I partially disagree with you there. Like, I think that it's cleaner. It's better for the game to have it in the cleanup phase here. But at least for my mental gymnastics, getting the damage just means you're not getting dazed in the power phase. It doesn't really mean that not having priorities any better or worse. Because if you don't have priorities,
no, I think the whole priority thing. So throw the priority thing out of the window.
Okay,
is more so if you think about a healing factor character. They would rather heal the damage they took in the cleanup phase than heal the damage that they took in the power phase, because like you actually have a reason to activate your healing character, like instead of being like, well, shit, like.
No, I guess I still disagree, because then like you're just not dazed, and that's okay.
In my head, it makes so much more sense.
It's damage on you at the start of your activation, regardless, that you're going to heal off by the end of it. So I don't think that it's much more of an advantage.
It feels better in my head.
It feels better. No, it just feels better across the board. You only think it feels better for healing factor because you've been playing so much healing factor.
The biggest thing though is I could stop bitching about people saying that it's good for healing factor, because now I agree.
Okay. Now I disagree. This is so crazy.
Fair.
The table has turned.
Did anything else change? Spider Infected is the same. Kree Core we talked about. Hammers, you no longer have the excess tax. It's literally just one. If you're holding 4 hammers, it's just one. Montesi stayed the same.
Hulk with 3 hammers is just here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I actually like hammers on like Odin's Blessing or Exceptional Healing teams now, because
fair.
Literally can hold 4 hammers and be able to exceptional healing it. Like, it's so freaking stupid. We talked about Senators. We talked about Legacy Virus is slightly different.
Less 6,
it's
right?
less. Yeah, it's 6 instead of 8.
And non-grunt, like, confirmed.
And non-grunt confirmed. Also, I just realized this. They're all danger. They're all what's the trash company called? The symbol, bottom right. Let's got the Pitbull symbol.
Oh, they have a new symbol.
Yeah.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Anyways, we talked about Senators, talked about Legacy Virus, talked about Scrolls, talked about Scoundrels is the same, Seals is the same, Demons is the same, Madmen is the same, Portals is the same, Meteors we talked about, Riots is the same. Secures hardly changed. Like, that's kind of funny. They're going through this. I think some point values changed, maybe? No, I think Secures are mostly the same. Infinity Formula.
Sword change to 15.
Sword, yep. And Fisk.
Yeah, the swaps and extracts. Yeah.
And Gamma's the other one. Gamma is 1 for the middle and 2 for the opposing home. Chat. Okay. Seals changed a little. No damage going through portals anymore. I missed that, actually.
Oh, really? I missed that too.
There is no damage when you go through a portal. Interesting.
That's a now I want to take it out of my Weapon X.
On intrusions?
Yeah, on seals. You don't take a damage anymore when you go through a portal.
Okay.
Nice. Cool. All right. So I think that covers that. Did I have anything else here? I had a note. A lot of changes. Might as well look at it like No Crisis is really the same, mostly because the fact that combinations are so different now. Threat values and maps, double the maps, which really is insane. Like, there's just so many differences going on now. Like, the biggest thing is the combinations. Like, there's so many different combinations you can have now that the game's not going to be the same. Woo. All right, let me get off my soapbox.
This is exciting. No, this is when this news came through, I was just like useless for like 20 whole minutes. And then I've been absorbing it slowly over the course of the weekend, like whenever I could. And it looks great. I'm excited for it.
Agreed.
I'm excited by Weapon X too.
Weapon X is so freaking hot. Like, I
just gotta do it without Hydra. We'll see where. I gotta get the mental.
You don't need Hydra. I think the Hydra is just fun with it. All right, so I have a question for you guys. My opinion, I have written down here, but what is your guys' opinion? What are the winners and losers for these changes?
we, the players, are winners for these changes.
That is true.
God
Marvel
damn it.
Crisis Protocol, the game, is a winner because of these changes.
I think for me, my big takeaway, I think there are two affiliations that really got quite a bit here.
Weapon X.
That's Weapon X and Avengers.
Yeah. I have been saying it since I saw these. I was like, Weapon X literally just came out and they benefited from almost every single one of the changes that happens with this. Like, oh man, Weapon X is
That's
looking
great.
hot right now.
They look great. So, what happens when Weapon X is the new Malekith? How do you feel about it then?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, dude.
Love it.
People,
I love it. I love it.
people love to complain. They're always going to complain about something, you know?
Amen. Amen.
All right. So just so you guys can verify, I had this written down that winners and losers, I put us, and losers, I put no one. Because Sam stole my thunder with trying to be. Anyways,
That's what you get for being the host.
yeah, you're not wrong. All right.
You're like, hey guys, answer this question. Gotcha.
All right. But yeah, no, I've been loving Weapon X, and we'll talk some more about that here in a minute. Hyper, you have any last minute thoughts on Crisis?
Hammer's got buffs. I'm happy.
I'm actually not happy about that. I think Hammer should have stayed the same. To be completely honest.
I'm happy it changed because my favorite play in the game for a while has been
Four
just
hammers on
two
Hulk.
hammers with Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just immediately get 2 hammers on a Hulk. No matter. The only counterplay is with extract people, and I don't think that's a good idea to do either way. Like extract grunt people, like Fury or whatever.
Actually, I have one hot take here. I think the biggest loser of the majority of these changes is actually Dr. Voodoo.
I think Voodoo and Black Cat, like,
Yeah.
I think
they're far less
I
important
think
now.
They're
I think
just less
Voodoo-
relevant.
I think
Just
Voodoo
straight
is
up
more.
less relevant.
I think Black Cat is still relevant because she's a 3-threat and she can stagger for two power.
Yeah, but like Voodoo's,
Voodoo
you can no
has-
longer stack extracts on him as easily, and
Well,
like
yeah, and he's not like gonna be like a game-ending point swing just randomly.
yeah, he steals the single and runs into a corner. You can't do that anymore.
I think you guys are underestimating Voodoo's output by just
I
a
know,
little bit.
No,
Yeah, I'm
his
still playing him.
His damage output is still amazing. I'm not gonna discount that at all.
Yeah.
As far as VPs are concerned, though, he's not as like impactful to the swing as he used to be.
No, I agree. That they were definitely my first thought. It was just like, wow, they're just less relevant. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Who's more relevant?
Between the two of them,
No, everyone. Like in general, who's
small
more
base, long
relevant?
mover, small base, long movers. in
No,
general.
Angela.
Yeah, I think Black Panther and Black Widow are feeling pretty good right now.
I actually disagree with that because most of the ones that their long movement is gonna really like do anything, they can't really abuse it.
I still think Panther just in general is good in a scrum.
Well, so let's
And now
just
he
say
gets a switch
okay,
more.
so that's fair. But it's like let's say I have Widow and I go for Scroll and I don't roll a crit or a wild and I get pushed short. My long move isn't saving me. Like
No,
That's true.
fair.
Panther a little bit because he's like tanky. Angela still like I still think like lawn movers are gonna see a boom again. We're gonna see a lot more lawn movers in people's lists because of it. But I definitely think like lawn movers as a whole is probably like the overall like gonna be the meta shift is you're gonna see a lot more lawn movers in people's lists. I also think you're probably gonna there's so many damaging crises now. Like you're gonna see a lot of people trying to be attrition, tanky, or healing factor, and people heading that way. I can see that even if it's just rank 23 or Strucker or Lizard in a lot of lists, they're gonna like you're gonna see a lot of lists like considering either one healing factor character with exceptional healing.
Yeah, Lizards are pretty. He wins pretty hard.
Yeah.
He's good on scrolls. He's good on all the damaging crises. That's not bad.
Yep, I see like tanky, long-lasting characters. They're a big win here too. It's a Panther's the overall winner because the lawn mover and tanky. Like,
Oh, so what you're saying is I was right.
oh, I'm not
Small
saying
base,
that.
long
I
mover.
can't say that. That's against our contract. I cannot say that. You're right.
Glad
Do we have
around on that one.
contracts?
No.
Biscuits.
Just the one thing where I can't be right. I like that. It's the only part of the contract.
Yeah. All right. I think if that's gonna wrap us up for Crises, unless you guys have any closing thoughts.
Hype. That's all.
Yeah, it's very LVO is suddenly so shaken up.
Yeah.
It's not just that, the whole entire game. Like, I am excited to play the game.
We have,
'Cause,
we have like
so-
the biggest tournament that usually happens in
All right,
like a
but,
month
like,
and a half.
But like, tell me this, like, riddle me this, Batman. Over the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 months, how have you felt about MCP?
I haven't been playing that much, to be honest.
Like, this is
My
like
group's been really quiet too.
Not just
Yeah,
because I've had no
everybody.
time, but because
Everybody.
yeah, everyone's
like-
been like having a rough time because nothing's changed.
it's like the last, I would say the
It's
last
very
2
stale.
to 3 months is like the least I have ever played MCP.
Yeah, same for sure.
And the least I've participated in any Discord conversation. Like, I just have not been present in the MCP community at all. I just kind of like dropped off. I've not like I've just like not cared or well, because it's all been negative. Like, why do you want to be a part of a conversation when it's always negative? And like AMG definitely needed this. The game needed this. So big kudos to AMG. These changes, in my opinion, I don't see a single bad change here. I think everything is amazing. I don't
know how this happened, but this Hulk is huge. I'm so.
Oh
so
yeah, that
jacked
was
about
me.
this.
I put him in the corner. I was gonna make him. I was making everything huge, but I was also just putting him in the corner because I already disrupted enough. But I can keep going.
This is the best change. Absolutely, man. It was.
Does this
It was
stop?
literally
Is there a
the
point where it stops?
Thursday night before all this was happening. I had like my first like
I can't
mental
make anything
breakdown
bigger.
with MCP that was like actually like legitimate, where I was just like, I just wish they would say something.
Yeah.
I just
And
want
and
something.
poof, like the very next morning, like there it was. So I'll give up sooner next time, everybody. So we don't have to wait as long.
Yeah, it's all your fault, man.
Absolutely. It has to be, right? Who else is going to be?
All right. All right. So moving on. We're going ahead and hit sales pitch of the week. I'm gonna steal sales pitch of the week this week, and
For Weapon X.
yeah, we're talking about Weapon X.
Okay.
Primarily, we're gonna talk about Deadpool because there ain't enough Deadpool in my life in this game.
I'm a Deadpool stan in this game. That was my character I talked about on Morlocks.
So let me like make you excited about Deadpool even more. So Weapon X has this fancy card called Dossier that says when a Weapon X character is holding, or when an allied Weapon X character is holding the Dossier, they get +2 dice and a lawn move. You can't tell me that a 6-die bang on Deadpool isn't enticing as hell.
I mean, but you have to kill the Dossier person.
Yeah, but you kill a Dossier person with Wolverine or Sabretooth.
Oh, and then you just pick it up with Deadpool?
Then you just pick it up with Deadpool. Like there's actual thought in my head to run mission objective in my list just to pass Deadpool the Dossier.
I think mission objectives in a very interesting place now with all of these singles.
Agreed.
Or not singles, but like only
the
hold
lack
one.
of singles.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a very good card, but it's not as crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's not as impactful. It's not going to be what saves you the game or what ruins your game because you didn't bring it.
No, it stops a swing, like a smaller swing though. You feel?
I mean, it's only going to stop a 1 VP swing. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess it could stop a 2 VP swing on Paranoia. But that's like the only one that's going to stop like a bigger VP swing. But anyways, Deadpool in Weapon X is absolutely nuts. You can't tell me that Deadpool with a 5.56 defensive line doesn't sound good to you.
And a reroll. Yeah.
And a reroll. So essentially, he's a 6.67 defensive line. Who cares if Deadpool has 4 health when he's rolling 6 defense dice or 7 if it's a mystic because of a memory token?
I want to agree with you, but
He
I
stood with
played
that in one shot.
I played a lot of Magneto, man. It doesn't stop throws. Magneto sometimes just falls over, even with that 6 defense.
Let me tell you one thing is Deadpool also has exceptional healing in his pocket.
I know, exceptional healing factor and memory tokens combined to make a very formidable Weapon X team. Yes, I agree.
So let's just turn this sales pitch into Weapon X. Anybody who's like, all right. So I said this at the very beginning of the show. Do you like?
Don't do it.
Do you like X-Force? I like X-Force. Do you like Wolverine, X-23, Deadpool, Honey Badger, Domino, even Sabretooth? Granted,
Even Sabretooth.
You can literally find all of those characters that you find in X-Force, minus the one character that everybody shits on, in its very own affiliation. Do you like Cable Shields? Well, let me tell you what, their leadership is Cable Shields. Do you like a throw? New Sabretooth has a size 3 throw. That's actually really good because it's a medium throw. And also, Wolverine has a throw off of the attack for 3 power, which is actually pretty nice. As well. What's the other point I have? Oh, Cat and Mouse. Do you like having Cat and Mouse availability to you? Well, Logan gets some air and he moves medium instead of just range 2, and he can still do stuff during his turn instead of just move once and attack once. So literally, if you ever considered playing X-Force, just play Weapon X because it's exactly what you want with X-Force, but it actually works. Like, I hate to say it, but like, you can't tell me I'm wrong. Like, literally, like, every single appeal to playing X-Force, you find in Weapon X, and it's functional, and it like works exceptionally well. You literally have some of the tankiest characters. You have some of, like, you look at X-Force, not X-Force. You look at Weapon X's roster. You have Logan, 4 threat, punches above his weight class, takes a hit above his weight class. Sabretooth, 4 threat, punches above his weight class, takes a hit above his weight class. X-23 punches 2 times above her weight class.
I can't confirm she hits like a 5. Better than a 5, to be fair.
And then she can take a hit like a truck. Deadpool with a memory token is insane. Domino is Domino. We all know what Domino does. I don't really need to go into that. But you literally look at like Weapon X's like roster of characters, and every single one of them punches above their weight class and can take a hit above their weight class, and are just like top tier value characters when it comes down to the brass tacks of it. The only character who is probably like at tier is going to be Honey Badger. But what does Honey Badger do? Honey Badger sacrifices the shit out of herself because she doesn't give a shit. She just dies.
Yeah,
like,
she really does not fucking care. She's the best or like a really good bodyguard.
Yeah, yep. like Honey Badger doesn't give a shit, and like she just does what she does, and you're okay with that. So you have an in-threat, in affiliation 2 threat who's amazing, who synergizes well. Like, you have some of like the most value characters for your in affiliation, and you're completely incentivized to go fully affiliated, if not like very close to fully affiliated, because your leadership only works on affiliated characters. Except for the gaining a token could be anybody, but you can only use the token if you are Weapon X. You have some of like really, really stupid good tactics cards. Dossier. Let me get Nemesis against a character, and once I get it, I now have +2 dice on my attack and a lawn move. You ain't running away from shit, because I am a lawn move with a range 3 that places me 1, and I'm rolling 7 dice with Pierce and Bleed on a builder. Like,
wait, how does Dossier work? Doesn't like the character who played Dossier have to be the one who picks it up?
No, anybody can pick up a Dossier. Any allied Weapon X player benefits from Dossier, but the only person who gets the Nemesis part of it is the person who played Dossier. So if I play, let's say like Sabretooth plays Dossier and Sam picks it to go on Thanos, then Sabretooth effectively has Nemesis onto Thanos and nobody else does. However, nobody else really cares because Logan's going to have 2 rerolls because of his ability. 23 has her own rerolls. Deadpool has his own rerolls. If you're running Zemo in there, he's giving out more rerolls. So you really don't care other than putting Dossier from Sabretooth because he's the only one that truly benefits from the rerolls.
I'm just rereading Dossier. It seems like you don't really, like you said, there's no negative effect to it.
No, there is no downside to that card other than the fact that it's a card. It's like that card could be the leadership, and I would be okay with that. Like, it's
you occasionally might want to move away or do something else instead of attack with your first action.
Oh, I suppose, it's like the super villain, or not super villain, or arch nemesis, whatever.
But it also might mean that you don't care about being staggered. So I don't know. It's a give and a take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what if instead of shaking stagger, I just attacked you?
Nice.
And then placed it 1.
There were very few situations where I've been like, okay, I don't like Dossier here. One is in the Web Warriors, because if they put that shit on Miles, you ain't ever getting it. Like I think Miles is probably like the one character I would absolutely hate to see Dossier on. Another one is I had it earlier and I completely spaced on it. But Miles is like my number one. Black Cat's another one, but she's not as bad. But anyways, back to Weapon X hype. Basically, above value characters, amazing tactics cards, a dossier. The leadership is actually worth a tactic card. Like, let me get +2 defense on my characters. Like, that's huge. Like, it really is.
It doesn't feel like playing a card down. Like
no,
Corvus
it really doesn't.
Sometimes.
Like, you can play Weapon X without a single restricted card and feel A-okay and perfectly happy with that. Another thing is 3 out of your 4 or 5 characters that you're taking in your game benefit from no matter the cost. Just heads up on that one. Like Logan, being able to no matter the cost and do his Tornado Claws. Sabretooth.
Tornado Claw.
Sabretooth being able to no matter the cost and do his Spender, and then 23 of course is 23. I was talking with Sploosh actually earlier, and Logan and Sabretooth are basically 4-threat X23s. And they're what you would expect 4-threat X23s to be. Like it's
they just kind of forked it out.
Nuts.
Yeah, you either have the extra damaging capability of Logan, or you have the extra tanking and like brawleriness of Sabretooth.
Yeah. What's the other one? Oh, gotta get some air. Let me go ahead and make Logan not be able to contest, but he can still interact. So if you're playing Mutant Madman, you can get some air and still flip the point. You don't care. But like on Fisk, you're not going to contest, but who cares? Because in Fisk, you're going to be able to get some air and then be able to hit the center line and attack twice with Logan. And that's kind of big. Gotta get some air is really cool for round 1 shenanigans with Logan, to be able to hit hard and early, or to be able to hunt people down. I don't think you ever really use it as a runaway card, because Logan doesn't want to run away.
Right.
Unless you're trying to get some air from your people to get the bonus for his rerolls. That's probably the one case you run away, but you're running away to another fight.
Right.
But there's multiple case uses for gotta get some air. I think it's a staple. I think Call the Pack is probably like the only niche card that is in this like affiliation, because like everything else is just so good. Like it's still a good card, but it's hard to fit because everything else is so good. Happy Birthday Runt, like we all know how good Mental Domination is by giving a 3rd attack, and it's for 3 power. If you can, like, I think this is like the biggest thing. If you can afford to pay for it, if you can afford it, you know you're going to be able to get Sabretooth power, then it's worth taking. If you can't, then you probably don't take it. Like, that's the issue, because Sabretooth has so many good things he's doing on his card. He wants to throw himself. He wants to throw people. He wants to do his Spender.
Right.
He wants to buff his dice. He doesn't really have the power to play the card in a lot of cases. But if you have a way to get him extra power, like if you're playing Infinity Formula and Cubes, absolutely bring that card. Like,
I'm not going to give up on Call the Pack yet. I feel like Call the Pack's got like a lot of room to grow. I feel like that's the card that's going to be like the one that separates the men from the boys down the line, because it's going to be like, when do you play Call the Pack? How do you use Call the Pack? Like, there's going to be a moment in every game where you're like, okay, what if my whole team shifted that way? And it's like, if you look at Avengers Assemble, you look at, to me, my X-Men as like the knockoff copy of Avengers Assemble. And then you look at the cards like Climbing Gear and things like that. So it's like, even if it's just one person at the right time, it's a huge deal.
You're not wrong. Like I said,
a short move. Like Domino's biggest weakness is no charge.
Well, like I said, like Call the Pack is really good, but out of all the other cards, it's the most niche.
I feel like Sabretooth might be in that kind of like niche category.
That's completely fair. And in my list,
these are hot takes from me.
In my list building, it was literally Call the Pack was in, and then I added Hydra to the list, and I was like, okay, well now I have Hydra in here, I'm gonna add Happy Birthday, because now I have a reason to. Now I have a reliable source for Happy Birthday to actually pop off.
Just get extra power. Yeah.
But anyways, Hydra. Sales pitch. Play Weapon X. If you ever thought about playing X-Force and you felt bad about it, come play Weapon X with me and Sam and probably Hyper.
I'm jacked.
Like, they are so much fun. Like, I think Weapon X is like some of the most fun, and I'm winning games with them. So it's like, come play Weapon X if these are characters that interest you, you will not be mad.
Oh yeah, these are my people. Like these are like a whole bunch of my comic book people. So
Yeah.
I'm jacked for this.
My one disappointment with Weapon X
No.
is Omega's not affiliated.
Should he be though? I mean,
Yes.
like,
No,
if we're honest,
he really should.
He's
but
literally
that's-
in the comics. He's literally in the Weapon X comics on the Weapon X team.
what?
Yes.
What?
There was a comic panel with Sabretooth, Omega, and Logan in
Like,
camo, all dressed up, dunking through the woods.
Like, I'm not going to complain if the
Yeah,
guy
I mean,
gets the Daredevil
let's
and
be-
Web Warriors like treatment, but like,
They've only made 60 years of comics or 80 years of comics.
No, you're not wrong.
Wolverine's only like
Like,
one of the most money printing characters
okay,
of all time.
But let me tell you that, like
He's only been on like 14 teams at
so-
the same time at one point or another. You
So,
know,
but like Omega, if he was Weapon X, he would actually see play in the game, like more than
he's not Canadian.
he doesn't have healing factor either.
Yeah,
But
And he's Russian.
But
like,
the thing is he would
Yeah,
be
he's not
then,
Canadian.
he would be he'd be a 6'5", I think.
no,
with
it'd be
being able-
he's 334, right? So he's
Okay,
5'6".
3'4", so 5'6". But the biggest thing about it is he would then be able to webline pull people in for Logan and Sabretooth. That's all I want.
I mean, you
Like,
can still do that. Like, do you really need the affiliated
stopping you.
aspect to it?
that's
Like,
that's why I have Gwen.
you-
Get out of
you've got
here.
enough.
Like I have
yeah,
Gwen.
you've got enough. You've got enough.
Anyways, that's my sales pitch for this week. Go play Weapon X because they're fun. Like they're fun. Like they are so much fun. I can't say it enough. Like we literally just rambled about them for a hot minute. All right,
I wanna try it for
Counterpoint,
sure.
don't. Counterpoint, don't.
get done so I can have more fun with it so they don't get nerfed.
I'm
All right.
excited. I'm super excited for Weapon X. I'm super excited for these crisis changes. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be like it's a whole new
I'm
world.
excited for the
and
new
I'm
Hulk.
A
jacked.
whole new world. All right, Hobby Corner. We hit Accountability Club. We're past for December, and then we're probably gonna actually hit Accountability Club like hard January 2023. New year, new me. I'm actually gonna paint a lot more for 2023. I think I really need to. I miss
My goal with this game in 2023 is like almost like entirely hobby
Yeah.
focused. Like,
I think-
I want to. Yeah,
I think 2023. I would like to have my complete collection painted.
nice.
Same.
Basically everything.
Honestly, I'm right there with you.
I like it. I like what I'm hearing from you. I'm just tired of taking a model like out of the box and then like trying to put it like
yeah.
like, painted enough, like tabletop ready. I'm tired of trying to put a tabletop ready on
So
the table by like the
My-
Tuesday after a release.
my issue with that is I can't do that. Like once I start painting a model, I don't stop until I'm done painting. Like,
Same. I'm so
I
proud
am-
of these jeans.
I am. How about those eyes on Punisher?
Oh no, I'm not proud of those at all. But these jeans look great. Come on, these jeans look beautiful.
I don't know if
that.
it's a
Look at
blessing
that
or a
butt.
curse, but like
Look
once
at
I
that
start, look at that! Look at that fade. Is that some true religion living color thread in them jeans? Like, wow.
I think
Wow.
it might be.
All right,
He's had
Sam.
them for a while.
Sam, you got
Yeah, go ahead,
challenge
sorry.
of the week. What you got?
Show me your best Weapon X roster.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's play some Weapon X, guys. Yeah, I'm in. I'm all down for it. I wanna see everything. So far, mine has a Hulk and a
Fair.
bunch of Weapon X people,
Mine has a Hulk and a bunch
and
of
then
Weapon X.
I haven't
people.
settled on like everything else yet. I like Doctor Strange in there. That seems fun. I also
we-
think Amazing Spider-Man might be interesting.
We gotta
Kind of
review our last challenge of the week. The only one that has a reaction on it is Darth Nader with the Sentinel Prime. But that's the Sentinels
think we-
list. No, that was last week's. Okay.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, no. Okay. What about Matematic? Doesn't have Cyclops. Where is it? Where's my mess? There it is. Cyclops leadership. All right, Goose, you are the winner because you were the only one who submitted one.
There we go.
Nailed it.
There we go. Easy peasy. He made it easy on us.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. I think a Goose has won the most of these things.
All right, so like soul searching moment, everybody. Do we care about this?
Go
Do we want to
ahead.
keep doing these? Because like I feel like we've seen a lot of like drop off
Yeah.
and people doing it. And
All right, so first off, I got a couple things right here. We have a feedback
Fire.
section in our Discord. Come to our Discord.
do.
Let us know if we should get rid of Challenge of the Week or keep it. I think we're gonna keep Sales Pitch of the Week just because it's super fun.
yeah,
But Challenge of the Week, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know. As well, let us know who are your winners and losers of these crisis card changes. And if you think Weapon X is going to be the new scary bad dog of the house. I think here's my hot take. Here's my
and if
my
you don't,
overall-
who is? Yeah,
Here's my overall thing. I think into a well practiced pilot. I almost said pirate. A well practiced pilot with Weapon X could be really, really good and scary. However, I don't see them being like anything to seriously shake up the meta. I think they're going to be like, some people will see success with them, and unless you're really practiced with them to understand like where to get the most value out of your team, I don't think it's going to be like a, let me plop these characters down and I'm going to see instant success. It's going to be a, I need to work for my success. But when you do, it's going to be very rewarding and you're going to see continued success with it. So high ceiling,
people have to
you
work.
know.
I think people are going to have to work more in general now
Yeah.
after these changes,
Agreed.
at least for a while, until we figure something else out. But
Yeah.
I want to roll some dice, play some
All right.
healing factor dudes.
Yeah, healing factor is so much. Like I, it's so hard for the Weapon X characters to die. Like, you get to the end of the game and a character might be dazed. Two
Yeah.
characters might be dazed. It's very rare that a character is like KO'd. It's spicy.
I want to see what Web Warriors and I want to see what Criminal Syndicate do.
Syndicate's
in
scary.
Coming
Syndicate's-
weeks. Yeah,
I think
Syndicate-
Shadowlands came back in a big way.
Yeah.
I feel like the Kingpin Shadowland split like actually has like even more legs than it had before.
I was
which-
Agreed.
was
last time I
largely
played a
unexpected.
list like that, I was like completely undefeated in my bracket or
Right.
whatever. But I
No.
switched it up. I still think that list is ridiculous, and now like one of its major weaknesses is gone.
Yeah,
Well,
I
not
haven't
gone.
decided if I'm going to play like Syndicate stuff until I finish my Weapon X squads, or if I'm just going to put like half built and half painted Weapon X squads on the table for the foreseeable future.
All right, I'm doing Weapon X for a hot minute. They are my new X Force. If anybody
For
has
sure.
not figured that out yet, Weapon X is my new X Force.
Let's do it. Let's die on this hill.
X Force is literally like in a steaming, as a coworker of mine says, it's a steaming pile of dog shit. And Weapon X is like the new boo thing.
So
Friendship
More important
over
question.
with X Force.
Yeah,
now Weapon
right,
X is my new
it
best
did.
friend.
I feel like Sabretooth's shirt
Mm-hmm.
is barely there on his new model, and I think I'm just going to paint him without it. I'm just
It's
going to
doing
make
its
the.
best. Yeah,
Just do it
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
without
do-
a shirt,
it's
like,
just gonna be a
back
really
on,
thick
cool.
necklace. Yeah, it's just gonna be a really thick necklace, and then he's just gonna be naked from there.
Do it.
Well,
Make it
pants,
naked.
you know, but
All right,
pants.
let's get into these listener questions. We got quite a few.
Hell yeah.
Because we haven't done an episode in a while. Okay, there was that one. We did that last time. I remember that. All right, here we go. Did we do this one? Holy Mackinac, what do you think is the best as well as most underrated toolbox character? Did we do that? I
No,
don't
we
think
didn't do
did.
that.
Okay. Did we
Wait.
do? We did the basing one from Automatic, didn't we? I remember you talked about basing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did that.
yeah. We're
Okay.
talking about basing.
And I remember doing the Snap One affiliation out of the game and Why Is It X-Men. I remember that one. All right. Holy Mackinac, here we go. What do you think is the best as well as most underrated toolbox character in the game right now? Fucking Deadpool. Get on my level. No, he's like not a toolbox at all. Like
It's not. He's a really specific dude. Like he's got, I don't know, he's got like different tools, right? Like maybe he's a toolbox, but he's got different tools than like
he's
when
a
I think
toolbox
of when
on
I think of a
sword.
toolbox character.
He's a toolbox on sword.
Fair.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead. Give me a minute to think. Hyper, you've been quiet. What is your
Yes.
most underrated toolbox character?
Hulk.
Hey, he's not underrated at all. What are you talking about?
Underrated. People don't value him enough.
People aren't scared of him enough, is what you're saying.
Yes, be more
Alright.
afraid of me.
All right.
Actually, my real answer is Corset Iron Man.
That's fair.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
People like. I am so consistently blown away whenever I bring him. How he is just like designed to win you the game. I love Core Iron Man.
Well, it's like you got pushes, you got a great damage output.
Really though, yeah.
Tanky.
And then if he dies or dazes, you have Unibeam, which is just a board wiper.
Yeah, fair. All right, Sam, most underrated toolbox character.
Most underrated toolbox character, Miss Marvel.
Get out of town. All right,
That's
I don't want to hear yours.
Pull towards.
That's a good answer too.
No, it's terrible.
Pull towards. She's got the crazy extract shenanigans with her size changing stuff.
Yeah.
She can like flip from like one side of the board to the other, and she's great. And you can make mistakes with her.
Fair. All right, for
I love
me,
it.
I don't know if this one's actually underrated, but I feel like it used to be a top tier character, and it's kind of fallen to the wayside. You used to see this character in a lot of lists, but nothing really changed to make this character really fall out of the list. And that's who. If you could think of who this is, who do you think it is?
Valkyrie?
No.
Gwen?
Yes.
Gwen was actually I was like I honestly like I was like I'm not gonna say Gwen because I feel like she's
Good.
She's great and everybody knows that. Yeah,
I've always valued Gwen, but it's like she used to be like a super top tier character, and then like out of nowhere she just started dropping out of people's lists. Like I don't know if people got bored with her. Like she's always relevant. Like she's always relevant. Maybe that's what it is. She's just hard to play. But like
She's hard to play.
takes practice.
It's the same thing, yeah.
I
don't think people just stopped trying to play her well. I don't think she ever really fell off that hard.
Yeah.
It's like why learn how to play Gwen when you can just drop Black Cat in your list and feel like you're like just like adding in an advantage right there.
But it's like I would say in the entire game as a whole, I think Gwen is like the epitome of a toolbox character.
Oh, she is.
Like
Absolutely.
she's probably like the textbook definition of what I want for a toolbox character in the game. Iron Man's probably the flip side of the other toolbox. Like I think Iron Man is like your Leatherman, where it has like whatever tool you need at the moment, and Gwen is like your specific toolbox for changing brakes.
Yeah.
But she's still a toolbox character because like she is super good at control. Like she is probably the best 3-threat control character in the game. I still think that to this day.
The most boring game of Crisis Protocol I've had in the past 2 months was when I put Gwen into my shield roster. And every turn was literally just like, eye in the sky, lifesaver.
I think
cool. I run over here.
I think the most fun game I ever had with Gwen was into an Asgard. I was playing Malekith, and I literally didn't kill a character that game with Malekith. Like it turned into a control game where Malekith would charge, use the throw off the charge to throw off a point, and then Gwen would literally like move, pull Thor away, and then move back onto the Infinity Formula to be able to get a pull again next turn. Like it was literally like her move, pull, move. Like that was all she did all game, and it like made his Thor completely useless the entire game. I love Gwen. All right, let's move on. I remember us talking about this question. I recently was gifted a set of Fantastic Four. Yeah, we talked about that one. I remember that one. I must have missed that last one. Okay. Which of the currently single leader factions would benefit the most from a new leader? I thought we talked about this one too. Because I remember us talking about, like, we basically said any 5-threat character, any 5-threat leader.
Yeah, you're right, we did.
Yeah, we did. Okay,
we must have just said the...
Yeah.
Yeah, the toolbox one, I think we did touch on that, but we like looked at it differently. I don't know.
All right.
It's crazy what headspace opens up when things change.
I think this is... I feel like we're... Okay. All right, here we go. Malekith was nerfed hard. Did AMG go too far?
Yeah.
You think so?
I never thought he was that good.
Yeah, that's true. You never thought that he was that good. As a person who played Malekith religiously for over 150 games,
Jesus Christ,
I think that the changes are perfect. I think that they did it right. I don't think he's unplayable now. I think he's still a big threat in certain things, but I don't think he is gonna be as easy to play as he was, because now you're gonna have people who are used to playing like I can do whatever the fuck I want with Malekith and get away with it, and those people are just gonna lose their Malekith. You gotta play smart with Malekith now.
Yeah,
I literally listened to two newer players in my like extended local group that one of the players was like, I don't know, I've played against him twice now. It doesn't seem that impressive. I don't see what the big deal is or was.
And they've only played
cool.
They've only played with the Nerf Malekith.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Great.
Good.
Cool.
All right. Characters have this is from Mirror. That last one's from Laugh. This was from Mirror Image. Characters have affiliations, but there are no restrictions where a character can be played, except for Dormammu. Do you think restrictions to affiliations should exist? Example: Steve Rogers cannot play with a Hydra leadership. So that example is actually a terrible example because there is Hydra Steve.
Hydra.
Hydra Steve, yeah.
So that's actually a terrible example. Where I think it is a good example is you would never see Magneto
And Red Skull together.
And Red Skull together. Like you would never see that. Like Magneto would rather kill himself than like.
To be fair, I've never seen those two played together, so I think that's a very common opinion.
Yeah. But I honestly I think it would be a really cool design space to start seeing characters like that. Like you cannot play X character with Y character. I think it'd be really cool for design space alone. I don't think it needs to be commonplace, but I do think it would be an interesting design space.
I think it's fine. I mean, that's the kind of stuff where like you could do like more thematic events where you could just like create a list of characters that can't be on the same team together. Like you can't have Peter Parker and Green Goblin on the same roster or something like that, right? Where,
Amazing Spider-Man that work together.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
I wanna talk on what
that's amazing though. That's amazing.
I want to talk on what Klizmo said here. I had something similar way back in an earlier episode, and the consensus seemed to be that no one wanted to be told they can't play with their toys.
I mean, that is
That's
the gist
truth
of
of the matter.
it.
And AMG has said they're not going to stop us.
Yeah.
So
Play your toys, have fun.
yeah,
I do think it would be an interesting design space, but I don't see AMG doing it, to be honest. All right. This is not something
I have a question.
Oh, yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
What character pack gets us, no matter the cost, with a healing factor relevant picture instead of Captain Marvel?
what?
There's this wonderful thing called Nate from the Gamers Guild, and he has a really good hookup to get custom cards done. That's probably your best bet to get something soon.
Well, all right, fine.
So if you are interested in getting a healing factor alt art card, hit up Nate from the Gamers Guild.
Hey,
go ahead.
Maybe we should do it. Whatever.
Or
we'll
maybe,
hit up,
or
Nate.
you know what?
Let's make a Rogue Agents card.
Let's do it. Let's make
Yeah.
a Rogue Agents card because we're all on the Weapon X train except for Hyper
There we
doesn't
go.
want to buy $100 box.
If someone if I know I won't be able to do this at LVO, but I'm just going to play them with the old Sabretooth and Logan.
If anybody goes to LVO and sees Hyper Viper and they have the funds, just
Yeah, you can please just I love that. Just buy me shit, guys.
or we'll just use the Patreon.
Or let him borrow it.
We'll
At
just
least
use
let
the
him borrow it.
Patreon. We'll just use the Patreon funds. We'll send it.
That'd be rad. I'm just gonna play on TTS for a little bit. That sounds exciting.
That's fair.
Also, like, I haven't been playing outside of Crisis Protocol. I played like one game in the past like 3 weeks because Midnight Suns came out last week, and it's all I've been doing.
I have not played. So
That game is so fucking good.
I have not
Holy shit.
played MCP since the beginning of this TTS league. Like week 1 was the last game I played until yesterday.
Oh my goodness. You guys.
No, I've been terrible. I've been absolutely terrible at playing. I
I've
haven't
going
built-
right. I've been busy with work, so like I've been busy with work and travel. So
Yeah.
I've also
I've
been
played
busy
about
with
half
stuff,
as much
yeah.
as I have like lately, but it's still been like Tuesdays, at least Tuesday or Thursday, like every week,
Fair.
except
All
for
right.
the week that I was traveling.
Let's move on. Tony Schultz.
Play Crisis Protocol.
This is not
Yeah.
something that I've thought through enough to be suggesting, but they could do something like 50%. I think this is like a thing. This is like the whole conversation of like changing the 50%.
I feel like
plus.
so many of these listener questions, no offense to our listeners, we love you. So many of these questions are like trying to deal with the staleness that I think we've literally just like burst out the roof of.
All right. Here's a perfect example from Funky White Boy. Will the new Malekith changes be enough to change the meta, and why is this the death of the big boy meta? To be honest, the changes to Malekith were not the death of the big boy meta. These crisis changes were, because if you're trying if you were
sure, this is like the mid boy meta.
No,
like medium boy meta.
Yeah. So that I agree with. But if you're trying to run 3 wide with these scenarios, you are in for a hard game.
See, so when you say things like that, it makes me want to be like, never mind, I'm not playing Weapon X with you guys. I'm going to play 3 wide.
I'm going back to Black Order. But
I'm tempted.
But here's the thing, though, is you drop Senators and Fisk. Can you go 3 wide? No, you cannot go 3 wide.
I mean, you can.
You can, but you're not going to have a good.
Stop you.
You're not going to have a good time.
I don't know about that.
The murder has to be real. Murder is hard.
Murder has to be real.
Yeah. Black Order needs to be revamped right now.
I completely agree. Black Order has been fucked over so hard recently.
All the old strategies for Black Order are old news.
Honestly, okay. So tell me,
there's not a single piece of Black Order literature, and I just made a list. I tried to make a competitive list
like a week ago.
No, literally, I was on. I don't know if it's been released yet, but Danger Room asked me to make a list for Black Order for their December or whatever. Then I did. And it was really fucking hard to do. And now even that is nonsense. It's no longer possible at all.
Yeah, that's how I felt going into Nova. I was just like, I don't know. I guess.
You still made it to the top cuts,
Well, dice helped.
I hate you. Anyways. Where's the next question? All right, a lot of this was just people talking. All right, here's another note to the listeners. Could we please keep the listener questions to questions? If you want to have a conversation, you could create a.
Now we police our Discord. Come on, this is the Discord where we just.
Yeah, you're right.
1984.
You're right. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Don't tell me what to do, Dizzard.
All right, you're right. People, listener questions is now a free forum discussion portal. If you do have a true listener question that you want to get answered on the pod, please at me. That's probably the best way to do this. If you have a listener question, at me. All right. Matematic, he always has good ones. Which previously unpopular or underrated characters show up more with the Malekith changes and the Crisis changes? Between the Malekith changes and the Crisis changes, Toad. For me, Toad, I feel like Toad was actually falling out of favor as being the number 1-2 threat, and I think the Crisis changes.
He was always really good.
He was always really good, but there was actual question to be well, do I really need Toad anymore? And it was a lot of times for me the answer was no. But with a lot of these Crisis changes, Toad just got skyrocketed back up to being on a pedestal.
Yeah, he goes back to being the guy that scores you 2 or 3 points a turn from here. That's just what he's going to do. And that's fine. That's great. That's great for a 2-threat character.
Absolutely.
So I'm in.
All right, Sam, pick somebody else. Who do you got?
In the listener questions?
Yeah. No. As far as underrated character that shows up more with changes and Crisis changes.
I think Okoye shows up more.
Okoye is crazy right now with all the big scrums in the middle. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. We're gonna have so much more fighting, and Okoye's strength has always been, it's been a lot of things over time.
2-threat bodyguard
greatly reduced, right? But just 2-threat bodyguard, right? Okoye's hit points are simply worth less threat than whoever she's protecting, and that's fine. She has done her job at that point. She just needs 2 power. So
I've been looking at her under Steve, just having Steve, Luke Cage, and Okoye. They have to fight forever, and it's all right, you're just not going to attack who you want to.
Yeah.
All right, Hyper, you got to pick somebody else. Who you got?
For the value too? What?
No. Just in general.
Just value.
Just yeah. What character got a boost from the Malekith and Crisis changes?
I mean, the Malekith change doesn't super matter for this one because he was already very good into Malekith, but Vision.
Ooh, you know what? Vision on New Fisk. That beam is dirty.
Yes, you can get both.
Yeah, he's gonna hit 2. He's gonna hit 2 secures worth of characters.
I've always been a Vision stan, and that is not it's not stopping. And I know like 16 points is actually crazy good because you can run Steve, Vision, Hulk, and a 2. So either Black Widow or Okoye or Toad or whatever. And just go wild.
My question to you though is, does that beat Logan, Sabretooth, 23, and Red Skull?
You want to play it?
Counting blanks. Counting
Eventually.
blanks is a big deal.
Eventually.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Counting blanks is a big deal. But I guess you just stay. If you stay in energy form, I can hit you with collisions, which I don't think you love.
I meant for Steve, for what that's worth.
Oh yeah, no. Defensive Steve doesn't give a fuck.
Oh,
about
I ain't gonna
anyone.
lie. Yeah, no, like injured Steve is like a bane of my existence. I swear.
I love injured Steve
played-
so much. I've been getting
played a
back into
game-
Steve. I love Steve again.
I played a game into DeLuca earlier, and healthy Steve, 1 shot. Injured Steve, 8. Sabretooth, Logan, and Red Skull attacks. I was like, are you fucking-
That's how it works. He literally like he's so like you have pounce or whatever, but you just save Brace for the one big pounce
Yeah.
of the game.
Well, the biggest thing was like Sabretooth like throwing him away so he couldn't bodyguard Hulk anymore. Like that was huge.
Yeah, that's annoying for sure.
He's gotta throw him away.
But I also like I'll take that fight with Sabretooth and Hulk any day.
No, but to be honest though, like Sabretooth, 23, Skull, and Saber is probably like my favorite 16 to run nowadays.
It's a lot of damage for
it's
sure.
so much fun. All right, let's do this last question. Last one. Madamac
All right.
again. Which affiliations got helped and hurt the most with the new crisis? You gotta pick one. Pick one. What got helped?
We already said this.
No, we
Avengers
didn't.
and Weapon X.
Well, we did, but this was a listener question now, so it's different.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
All right, so which one of you guys has Avengers? I think I know. All right, Hyper Viper, you got
Yeah.
Avengers.
Easy.
I got Weapon X.
You go Weapon X. So I gotta come up with something original. I think Convocation is in a much better spot with the
that's fair.
combination of Malekith nerfs and with the crisis changes.
All right.
Wizards is
Okay,
honestly,
to
I
be-
think Wizards are the
honestly-
scariest affiliation to go into right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be
Yep, yep,
completely
yep, yep.
honest, I think with all the changes, Shadowlands Daredevil is actually probably the most
Shadowlands is pretty cool right now.
because
That's
there
fair.
are so many
Yeah.
more multi extracts.
Yeah. Mhm.
Number 2 though, second part, what got hurt the most?
Spider Foes is another one that I think should go up the up.
Yeah,
I don't think
Foes
Spider
fit in.
Spider people are very happy with the new crises. Not gonna lie.
I think they still have a core set of crises that they like,
I think-
so it's not terrible. So I think there's like still 6 crises that they're able to bring.
You do what, like Extremis? You do Cosmic Portals. I don't know what your third secure is, but then I think you're looking definitely at Paranoia with spiders.
Yeah,
That seems super good for
because
them.
they can easily grab that shit and bounce.
They can take 1 damage on
But
somebody and dip.
I honestly think the one that
Spider
hurt,
infected. or
hurt
more.
the most. Man, honestly, like I keep saying this, I think every single affiliation saw, even X-Force saw a boost from these crises changes. But if anybody had to be like hurt from these crises changes, it would probably be Wakanda.
Because
Because
I feel like
what-
Wakanda's been kind of a bad spot for a while.
But
though.
that's the thing, though. Like, it's like if I had to pick one that actually like didn't get a boost from these changes, it's Wakanda. Because the only
Yeah,
thing that's
that's
gonna
true.
boost, the only thing that's gonna boost Wakanda right now is more characters.
Black Order did not get a boost from these crises.
That's
Black Order's gotten so dipped down, it's unreal. Like they
Black
went
Order
from
is-
being
yeah,
They don't-
it's
they don't
2 years of
exist
playtesting, to break it down now. Like,
Yeah, but they've made them like so like they're. I don't even think you can play them casually right now. They're so fucking hard to play.
they're
Like,
so
you-
hard to play. Like you can do it, but even if if
You know what?
you get an
You know
event
what?
in Black Order, it's just not fun to play.
I'm going
against.
to
It's
not
just
fun.
period.
I'm going to
Yeah,
at
exactly.
Cookie. What happened the last time people were saying this about Black Order? There was a think tank.
Black
that
Order
got-
was freaking great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, there was a
cool as
think
hell.
tank that came together and broke Black Order. So it's time to get the cookie machine on Black Order. Cookie, we
It
need
just,
you.
like,
And who was
there's-
you? It was Sam,
And Ulysses.
Cookie, and Ulysses.
Yeah.
We need the three amigos back to see what happens. to
There are
get
just so
Black
many
Order.
more crises now that they literally cannot play on.
Yeah.
You know,
They can't
I'm
play
not
Senator.
sure
I
about.
don't
I'm not
think they
sure
can play
about that. To be fair,
Actually, they could probably play Senators.
I think
because
you guys
of
are
the
wrong
fact
about
you can't-
Senators. I
No,
think,
okay,
yeah,
so no, I
exactly.
was just saying. I think because of the single move, they might actually be good at senators.
I would run Senators in Black Order for what that's worth. I would definitely run that because
That's fair.
I feel like
because
this gets
you
called
come-
out on though.
You also have more options
yeah,
now.
but I ran Scoundrels in mine too, and like I don't know,
Alright.
I'm not
Alright,
afraid
Well,
of a
Scoundrels,
punt.
Scoundrels is different, but whatever.
I have a question for you too. I have a question. This isn't a listener question, but I saw a comment earlier from someone that we all know very near and dear to our hearts. This individual has a love affiliation with one Space Maw, and he was commenting earlier in the Discord saying that
Friendship ended.
Space Maw is absolute garbage now because of the crisis changes. Would you agree with this?
Spaceball was good before.
And with that, we have been the Rogue Agents, and you have been the listener. It's not working. Button, click. Oh, there it goes.
Let's try again.
It's trying. That was such a perfect, like. There it goes. Man, that was like such a perfect, like, way to end it.
He's out of line, but he's right. What else, Bucky? You don't like a fair fight.
I think you're wrong. Which part? All of it.
Think you're the only superhero in the world?
Touche.
Good night.
God, that was such a perfect way to end it too, and it, like, it had to like mess up.